What's going on, family?
What's going on, peeps?
Listen, as promised, we had to do a part 2.
You know we had to come back because we wasn't finished.
And based upon all of your comments and phone calls and texting and everything like that, we had no choice. Okay? We had no choice. Alright?
Alright, so before we get into this video, you know the routine.
Yes.
You have to like,
Share,
comment,
subscribe to the thing.
and ring our bell. Ring the bell.
Yes, I. Because your comments are so important to us.
Yes.
And we want to hear from you guys.
Yes.
So definitely, side with me, sometimes, I know she pretty and she whatever, and some of you go on side to you with your sister.
Y'all know the real
But
deal.
you can give a brother a little love too. But anyway, so we are, it's a continuation of, couples therapy. Do you believe couples should go to therapy and them types of things? Okay? And so where we left off was in disagreement. Right? She throwing things all over the wall, trying to make something stick on me, but it's not sticking, people. I am standing firm. So my argument was this. God did not design marriage or relationships to be difficult. He designed them for a union, to be a blessing, but also he designed it to be long-term. Okay? And so, which means all of the baggages that we bring in, okay, that we bring into our relationships, was never how God designed it to be. It's oftentimes we find that we are the ones who cause ourselves those very heartaches and have all that baggage ourselves. Okay? And my opinion, I know some of your ladies will disagree with me, but I don't care. I'll still say it anyway. That if we are living for each other, okay, are there going to be hard times?
Yes.
Are we going to get sick sometimes?
Yes.
Will the money be funny sometimes?
More than that. Okay.
In some worst case scenarios, as this pandemic showed us, and then how much money you make sometimes, how much money you have in the bank,
what you do with the money you do have.
And also when the money dry up, which means you lost your job, okay, and you have to live off your savings, and the savings start to dwindle, okay, what is going to keep you? What's going to keep you from crumbling, okay, is the mere fact that you are living for each other. Are you going to have little stresses now and then? Listen, sometimes when my hustle ain't working out for me, boy, and I'm making the money I want to make, sometimes she has to remind me, it's okay.
That don't always work, though.
Because a man is going to be a man.
So that's what I'm saying.
No. Don't jump on that. Don't jump on that. I know. Don't jump on that like that.
So that's what I'm saying.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Even though we know better, we don't always do better.
No.
We don't.
No.
Because even though I can sit there and say, babe, we got each other. That ain't always good enough for you. Right? Right or wrong. That's not always good enough for you, right or wrong.
Listen.
Can
I say?
It's not all of that.
But you want the response.
It's not all of that. It's either right and no, because what you're gonna do is
no, what you gonna do?
No, what you're gonna do is you're gonna try and swindle your way out of it, and you're gonna try and find a way to twist it because you're good like that.
No.
But okay, so what I'm saying is, even if I say that, it's not always well, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't.
Let me tell you.
So he know what I'm talking about.
No.
So even if I say, babe, we got each other. I got your back. With him, that don't work. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of times we know what to do, but we can't find it in ourselves to do it. And that's where a third party can come in and say, hey, you said this, or this is what you was gonna do. This is the vows y'all made. So let's start walking in it.
So, you gave me a jab a while ago. Let me respond to the jab.
How I jab you?
And see, what you try to do
Well, how did I
is you
jab
try
you?
to take a couple of words that I said, right? I put out there, and you try to twist them around my back. So let me release myself.
All right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I say that's because I'm a man,
Mm-hmm.
it means at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
a man's satisfaction, a real man's satisfaction, not some little boy, your woman out there over there, a babysitter and a breastfeed. Okay? We're talking about real men.
Mm-hmm.
A real man cannot sleep at night. It's hard for him to sleep at night if he knows at the end of the day he's not meeting his obligation as a man.
So
Hold on, don't jump yet.
Mm.
I give it the baton in
Okay.
a second. You have
Okay.
the mic in a minute.
Okay.
Okay? And so, yes, whilst you may say, okay, well, you have a spouse and she's supportive and whatever the situation is, but at the end of the day, what validates you as a man, what makes you feel good about yourself as a real man, is knowing that you are providing as you should for your family. Some man don't care. This man, okay, if the money not running right, yeah, guys, honestly, and I'll be 100% honest with you guys at all times, if the money is not running right, listen, I feel some type of way. Not because I don't have faith in her, but at the end of the day, you have to, everybody have individual goals, right? You want to achieve, right? And when you don't achieve your individual goals, you're supposed to be disappointed. It's not saying that tomorrow you cannot tackle the goal back all over again, you know. It's just saying right now, in this moment, I feel some type of way. So when the money not running right then in that moment, it's not saying tomorrow won't be better, you know. It's not saying that tomorrow can make up for yesterday, you know. It's just saying right now in that moment, or like your church folks like you say, in the season, in that so-called season, right, church folks, you're gonna feel some type of way. Okay?
But who says that season is just for a day? So what happens
My
when
seasons don't last long. I have island seasons. Or one season we have.
So what happens when that season does not last one day? When that season does not last 1 week? What happens?
So then you have to switch up the game sometimes. Sometimes you have to say, okay, all right, this hustle dry up. Oh, it ain't working properly. Then let me try a different thing. Listen, coming from the Caribbean and from what you come from dirt, you know. Okay? And so hustling is part of your nature. Okay? Sitting down and watching TV all day long isn't. Okay? Not knowing that you're not meeting your obligations and your goals is not part of your lifestyle.
No, well, that's just a people thing. That's just
No, I don't know what people. I'm talking about from island people.
But
from island man perspective.
But you can't. Okay, all right.
I don't know, but no other.
A man is a man is a man is a man.
No.
There's
no. A man is a man is a man is a man.
Yeah,
That's what I say.
seriously.
Real men.
so,
not
but
little boys.
But what I'm saying is, when you
Yeah.
say island men, every island man ain't a man. Some little boys over there too.
Yes, there are little boys everywhere. But
That's what I'm saying.
But I was speaking to the real men. I'm not speaking to boys. Boys have to grow up. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not speaking to boys who have to grow up. We're not on that level. I can't tell you how to grow up. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You'll figure it out. Okay? But that's what I was saying. Now, so what I was simply saying when you give me all these blows earlier was that if one make a conscious effort to understand your spouse, your significant other, the person you claim to love, right? You claim to love that person, you know. But then there is a my syndrome in the back of your head that you don't let go. There's a I instead of a we. Okay? And so that's where the confusion comes. Look at it, you know. That's why I said, I'm not saying, folks, that our parents and grandparents, great-grandparents, did not have trials and tribulations, ups and downs, rough sleepless nights. And I am not saying that, and I'm not saying that I was there and witnessed every aspect of the relationship, What I'm saying is, if you look at the relationship, that it lasts all these many years.
Because they made the conscious effort to make it last.
Yes.
That's just the bottom line.
And that's all my point was. My point was they place the other person first.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Not necessarily.
Yes. Let me tell you this. If you don't know how to make the conscious sacrifice to put the other person first, you got problems in your relationship.
You have a lot of people that's been married for years and years and years and years and are miserable.
True.
You have a lot of people who say, okay, I'm just not going to get a divorce because I just don't believe in it. True. But you can do your thing over here and I can do my thing over here. You sleep in your room. I sleep in my room. Nobody has to know. And you can be married for 70 plus years.
True.
So that ain't putting each other first.
But guess what? That's not marriage. That's not a marriage.
Why not?
It's not a marriage.
But what I'm saying is it's portrayed as a marriage, but you on the outside don't know.
It's not a marriage. Period. Listen.
I get what you're saying, but they're married.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
There is a difference. There is a difference between having your signature on a piece of paper that has a legal stamp attached to it. Okay? And there's a difference between having a relationship where God put the stamp on it for you. Difference. Now, you may be able to fool people.
And guess what? There's a lot of times God did put a stamp on certain marriages, but because egos and feelings get in the way, we allow those egos and feelings to tear it apart. But
that's my point.
But back to the conversation at hand is, if they would seek the right counsel, they would have still been married.
No, man, God is your counsel. If you don't believe in God, then that's different. This conversation is not for you. Okay? We are faith-based people. I grew up as a Seventh-day Adventist. You grew up as a
holiness.
Okay, then. So either way it goes, regardless of your religion, you believe in the God upstairs, of above, the God that created everything. You don't believe in monkey and them type of foolishness.
Let me ask you. Every church has a shepherd, right?
Under shepherd.
Every church, right?
Yeah.
Because he's the head of that flock, right?
Right. He has the responsibility of the church.
Same thing.
What?
Same thing.
What? Same thing.
Every situation needs guidance. So the pastor helps with guiding or making sure the flock is following God in the way they should, correct?
They're supposed to.
Supposed to, right?
Right.
Exactly. So that's the same thing with your marriage. When it's not on the right path, you have to get to that counsel where you can seek that guidance to get back on the right path. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right. So let me say this. Right? If I'm going down the highway, right? And I'm not paying attention. And I pass my exit. Right? What do I have to do?
Turn around.
Go back to the point in which I should have gotten off, right? Okay. Listen, people. If you are in tune with your significant other, you know when you hurt them, you know. You know when you make them cry, you know. You know what upset them, you know. You get what I'm saying? The very same way you know what excites them and make them happy and make them content is the very same way you're supposed to know what tick them off, you know.
But the thing is, just because we know don't mean we do. How many times you know better than to do something. Even when we were out there, you know we ain't supposed to be in this club, or you know you shouldn't be smoking this, or you know you shouldn't be with this woman, or you know you shouldn't be with this man. But yet and still, you did it anyway.
But why do we do it? But why do we do it? We did it because what does the good book say? For our lust, for our desire for something else. Okay? That is what the Bible teaches us. We're going after a desire and a lust.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So which means you're going off track,
But it's so easily to happen in a marriage. Listen, two people can get so complacent with each other and not even pay attention to it. You can be going and you're living your daily life, and you're doing your work, you're doing your church, you're doing whatever it is with the kids. And sometimes not knowingly, you have grown so far apart.
Really?
That by the time you think about it, you're just so far gone.
Hold on. Living in the same house? You'll grow up living in the same house?
You can.
How does that happen?
Because this is what I'm saying. You working, she working.
Yeah.
You got the kids here.
Yeah.
You got the kids here. A lot of, and I'm not saying you in particular,
no, I know
but a lot of men don't bear the responsibility of the children like the woman does. And you find yourself worn out at the end of the night.
Can I touch on that?
Yeah, sure.
For some of us men, we have this attitude that there is something specific for a woman to do in the household. And until she come home, we're not doing it. It's not going to be done. It's not going to get done. Okay? Gone are the days when, unless you are financially stable to the point where you can maneuver certain things. But gone are the days where just one income can handle the household. Okay? So you find now that it takes two income. So now mommy's out there hustling, daddy's out there hustling. But at the end of the day, no matter how much hustle you're hustling, no matter how many kids you have, no matter how many responsibilities you have, at the end of the day, you know what happens to them kids when they get older? They leave the nest, What you have left in the nest?
Babies don't stay babies always.
It's your spouse. So at the end of the day, whilst you are deep and y'all listen, Jan I love me hustle, She can tell you, and I hustle long days, But at the end of the day, we have to create a balance. Both sides have to create a balance. Both sides have to want a balance. You cannot want from me what you want me to give to you, but at the same time, you have no clue as to what to give to me. It does not work that way. Remember, and I'll say this over and over again. Relationships is about being in tune, not with yourself and your desires, but in tune with the desires of your spouse, of your significant other, and vice versa. Family, trust me. If you do that, even if you say you have a hustle, they say, boy, listen, boy, man, I'm hustling on, man, on the street, long days and long hours, but you know what, boy? I have to spend time with my woman, I have to take my woman out, I have to do some things, You get what I'm saying? To let my woman know I'm thinking about whatever situation is, whatever, and vice versa. If you do that, then guess what? Even the longest days don't seem like the longest days, Because why? You are still in tune with your significant other. Because what's the point in you going out there doing all this hustling, doing all this academics, doing all this other stuff, and at the end of the day, the person that you're supposed to be sharing those days with and that journey with is in the rearview mirror. We are the one who are selfish. God did not design marriages and relationships to be selfish. He designed it to share. Okay? So the moment we now take our eyes off the ball, that's why I say, if I'm not paying attention and I'm on 95 and I pass my exit, it's because why? I'm not paying attention. If I'm paying attention, I can never pass my exit.
So basically, what you're saying is figure it out for yourself. You don't need counsel.
What I'm saying is, again, family, God did not give you anything that you cannot handle. And if you believe that you cannot handle it on your own, you can ask God for help. God never said ask a third party, God said cast all your cares on Him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All right? He never tell you to cast it on anybody else. We are the ones who, instead of looking towards God, we look to other people who are just as flawed as we are, sometimes,
Yeah.
And sometimes the advice they give us is because sometimes that same person that you run to, that might be your friend, and say, oh boy, stay there, oh boy, stay there, oh boy, leave, whatever the situation is. Sometimes that same person wants your wife or wants your husband.
And I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
I get that, and I get what you're saying. But where I'm coming from, if you feel as though counsel can benefit you and your marriage, seek it. What I say first is go to God first. Pray about it. He will lead you where he needs you to go.
Listen, let me ask you this. Bless you.
Me.
Let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Didn't God tell Abraham or tell Sarah, is there anything too hard for God to do? Is there anything too hard for God to do?
There's nothing.
So, if God can give Abraham and Sarah kids at advanced age, a child at advanced age, when it was virtually impossible for them to have children, okay? What God is saying is, if you believe in me, and you accept the principles that I give you, that's going to help you navigate through life, then a lot of the headaches and heartaches that you put yourself through, those baggages, God didn't give you no baggage, You give yourself those baggages, Because why? Like you said earlier, you've been stubborn, you've been selfish, and you want certain things.
But also understand this. God places people in certain positions, and a lot of times God speaks to us through other people, correct?
Hold on. I've heard that said so many times before.
What I mean is, sometimes you can have a person, let's say you're praying about something and God gave you the answer, but sometimes you need that extra confirmation, and you will find someone who will come in and say, I don't know you, but I was pushed or pressed to tell you this, and that confirmation comes through.
Now let me ask you a question, because you said a lot there, and let's address that quickly. For people who believe in the Bible and believe in God, the job of the Holy Spirit is to talk to each individual. And even if you don't believe in God, that thing that you always say that as a back of your head that tell you something is the Holy Spirit. Okay? Whether you believe in it or not. Okay? It is still Him that's talking to you and trying to help you navigate. Okay? Now, what God will do, there was a time, as we know from Bible times, that where God spoke to the prophets, and then He did not speak to the people directly. Okay? Well, Christ changed all of that. Okay? Well, not change it in terms of change it. That was the journey in which it had to go along. At some point in time, this is the way it was going to be, and then now the next phase in which we're doing it, this is how it's going to happen. So now the Holy Spirit is there to do what? To lead and guide us, So it's not that God does not want to speak to us and help us and guide us and show us how to navigate through certain things. Sometimes He has to tell somebody else, send somebody to us, because why? We're not listening.
That's what. So basically you're justifying what I'm saying.
But it's not God. It's not God's fault that we're not listening. No.
Right. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is sometimes God can send a person. So if you pray about that situation, knowing that you think you need counsel, God will lead you where you need to go. And it could be to another person that will give you that counsel. So don't automatically say, you don't need counsel.
Hold on. Here's what I'm saying, family. What I'm saying, and I'll say it 1,000 times. Change my mind. Okay.
That's why we're called One World. Different opinions.
Listen to me, family. Understand this. Relationship is simple. Everything that God gave us has been simple. We will never have an excuse to tell God, cheese and bread, God, boy, you give me this heavy burden to carry, and you give the next man this light load. I mean, you unjust, man. I mean, that's how you handle me, man. Cheese and bread. We can never accuse God of giving us something that we cannot handle. Never. Okay? And even when we think we cannot handle it, He has already made provision. Mm-hmm. And all He says, ask me, Mm-hmm. All He says, put me first. Mm-hmm. All He says, seek me,
That's true.
Okay? Mm-hmm. He ain't tell you seek nobody else, Mm-hmm. Your mama, your father. Mm-hmm. He ain't ask you to seek nobody else, Mm-hmm. Seek me. Put me first. Again, the relationship God is asking of us that we should portray with our spouse is to put the person first. Because ultimately, he has to be first because he's the creator. Mm-hmm. He's God. Okay? Now, in your marriage, who do you put first? Your spouse. You don't put pick-me and kids, them and family members and then people. You put your spouse first. Uh-huh. So if it never tell you put yourself first, You tell you put yourself first,
Right.
There's no I in team. Okay? There is no my. What are you yawning for? Blows making you yawn? Blows making a yawn. Okay?
Nice.
There is none of that in there. Okay? If you don't take nothing from what I'm saying, don't take what you're saying. Take from what I'm saying. Trust me, family. Try it for yourself. Okay?
And I'm not going against him. I'm not going against him.
She can't go against it either.
I'm not going against that.
I put the Bible on her.
But what I am saying is, if you feel compelled to have this counsel, and you've prayed about it, and you feel as though...
That's because you marry a mad person.
The Lord is telling you to seek that counsel. Seek that counsel.
You marry a mad person. Listen, some of us marry people that we're never supposed to be with, But because, oh my gosh, I love him, and oh my gosh, she loves me. And then you end up in this problem that takes you years to get out of it. And God has to try to help navigate the thing, for a while, because why? It's two button rams, and now God has to try to fix the thing for you. Mm-hmm. And then we try to say, okay, boy, I need counseling, whatever situation. No, you marry a mad person. You marry a mad person and you try to fix the person. The person came into the relationship a mad person, crazy person, and now you try to fix the person. Mm. Really? Whereas that should have never been the person you married in the first place. If you know the person is a jealous person, where you go with that person? If you love me, you won't do this and you won't do that, and you spend too much time with your friends, and you always going out. And what kind of foolishness you talking? Where you go with that person? You'll marry crazy people, and then you'll want to say you'll cry to God and to your therapist, because you're crying to God. You cry to your therapist. Oh my, I just love him so much, and he's just a mean person. And oh my gosh, I just want my marriage to work. Stop your foolishness. But you want your marriage to work.
What's all that?
You need the mental.
What's all that?
But that's how they are. They always crying to the therapist. Oh my gosh. Listen, that's your crying to the therapist. No, you need a mental. You need a mental evaluation. And then the person crazy. You crazy. But I'm telling you, you telling people, oh, that person is nuts. He's crazy. But you're the crazy one, because crazy find crazy, and crazy love crazy.
Well.
And then crazy want to fix the other crazy.
So let me ask you this: you ain't had a couple of crazies in your past?
No, boy.
So you've been there.
Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
So you
Lord
say
have
crazy, crazy attract crazy. So
But that's what I'm saying.
so were you crazy?
Mad. Mad. Let me tell you. That's when you need a therapist. That's when you need a therapist. When you know full well the woman that you going for, ugly. Okay? Not only is she ugly on the outside, she ugly on the inside. Alright? And she don't keep her house clean.
Oh gosh!
Okay? And then all of a sudden now, you were out there at the bar, and after a few drinks,
She looked nice, eh?
boy, that girl looking good, boy.
But you don't
And then-
drink.
No, see, I used to do orange juice. It wasn't the drink that caused me to do that.
So what was
Because
it?
I wasn't drinking.
Because you don't drink. So what was it?
Listen, let me tell you something. That's what I said, when you're mad and
You
you're crazy
just
sometimes.
you just fresh.
I came to sow my royal oats. I came to America to sow my royal oats. Who want the oats? You want the oats? That one want the oats? Everybody get the oats. Nah, man. Listen.
You were passing your oats, eh?
Hey, I was doing on Oprah the cars. I do the oats.
You get the oats.
You-
You get the oats.
Everybody get the oats. Everybody get the oats. Who want the oats? Yes.
Oh man.
Listen,
Oh god.
but that was the young and dumb self. Again, the young and dumb self
Oh,
will
gosh,
do
that's
young and
funny.
dumb stuff. Okay? And that's why relationship and marriage is for people who know themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for young and dumb people out there. You get what I'm saying? Young and dumb people out there, do your young and dumb things. And when you're old enough, then you settle down and you do adult things. You make adult decisions. Okay?
Right.
It ain't just the pretty face and the nice butt and the nice boobs and slim waist that's attracting you. What's on the inside now is what I want to know what you're all about.
all that beauty fades away. Then what do you have?
What you have, man. Listen, man. And there's always gonna be a pretty woman out there, you know.
There's always
There's
somebody
always gonna
prettier.
be a more handsome fella out there, you
There's
know.
always a fine
Okay?
man somewhere
Alright.
around the
So-
corner.
Hey, cool yourself down. Cool yourself down. But real talk. She's absolutely right. There's always gonna be a more handsome guy out there. There's always gonna be a sexier woman than yours out there. Okay? What keeps your relationship going is the commitment and understanding and the principle of love that governs you.
Right.
Okay?
This is what I've lived by. If I have friends and I can talk to you, but I can't talk to you in front of my husband, I can't talk to you. Because then that's something I'm hiding. So you have to understand, you know, we say, oh, well, we just friends. Nah, it don't work that way.
And can I say this?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay for each party to have their own friends because before you became husband and wife and before you got married, you had your own friends. So if those were your friends, I don't want her friends to be my friends. Those are your friends. You get what I'm saying? I still believe that even in your marriage, you should find time for family and your friends. Okay?
Now, with that being said,
Yeah.
even though you have friends, I think your spouse should know your friends.
Yeah, I agree.
Even if
Hold on.
you don't have to have conversations with them, but just to say, okay, you know what? Don't just pop up and say, oh, that's my friend. Huh? I ain't never heard you talk about this person. How long we been together? You know what I'm saying? So,
But that's
you know,
a sticky one.
But that's
that's
a part of communication.
okay. Now you're talking.
That's a part of
We're gonna
communication.
talk about that. We're gonna talk about it in the next episode.
Yes,
We're gonna talk
that's
about it in the
coming
next
up.
episode.
Yes.
But yeah.
But
so,
we're gonna wrap this up because we've been here too long.
Yes. We just had to give a part two to the whole thing because the first episode was not long enough. It was more to be said and so we had to do a part two. But again, family, we appreciate you guys.
Always.
Much love
Always.
and respect and
Yes.
manners,
Yes.
as we say. And, you know, definitely like, share, subscribe.
And comment.
Definitely, most definitely. We'll be reading them. Your comments also will give us ideas as to what you want us to talk about. You know, we will do that for you and
Yes.
with you.
Yes.
You know, and definitely continue to tune in. We're gonna have much more content, and we're gonna be posting content for you guys on a weekly basis.
Yes.
That is the goal.
That
you
is
know,
the goal.
So until next time, as I have always said to you guys before, one love, Jah bless, and we will link.
See you later.
Yes, I.